basically 0, and they've done all sorts of other stuff. Okay, we're back live now, so it seems to be kind of okay. I'm not sure. But I'm being joined by Buzz and Joshy D, it looks like. What's up, gentlemen?
Oh, there we go.
Hey,
How's it going?
Do you guys got me?
I got you. How'd that run go for you, Joshy D?
Oh man, that was like I love this. That was so much fun.
Yeah, I
I
could tell.
really, I really think
I could tell
roller
from
games is the best.
the comments you were typing in chat and Discord.
Oh, did I do that?
Yeah, saw a few mentions from you.
You know, it was going so well for me. Like it was far and away my best run until until 6.
Yeah,
And that was even kind of going okay. Like I usually die a couple times on those conveyor belts with the fire bars, but then like the stupid barrel thing, like with the upward slopes that Angry Larry has been saying in the race commentary. It's like, oh yeah, people die like when they first play this game, and then they never die here again. Like, I don't know what was going on. I died like 15 times, and I couldn't even figure out what the hell the problem was. Because I'd never died there since I first played the game. It just got me so tilted.
yeah. You were definitely struggling on 6-3. You have to jump. You have to try and jump over that barrel, I think, is what it is.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I haven't even thought about that stage in forever. So once it started going badly, like, I'm like, oh well, that must have just been a freak accident, and then I couldn't like figure out what the correction was because I hadn't experienced failure there in
Yeah,
forever. It was so frustrating.
this game definitely likes to mess with your mind. That's
Yeah, it's an emotionally abusive relationship, is what I think it is.
yeah.
Yeah. But up until then, like I was like really happy with everything else. I thought that I was making good time. Because like my best so far is 32 minutes. So if it hadn't been for the total meltdown on 6-3, like I would have been well under that.
Yeah, you were on PB pace for a big chunk of that run for sure.
Yeah, just until that went crazy, and then like I just started dying to the boss a bunch for whatever reason.
Well, for better or for worse, you do have at least one more race to go against Bent Glass Tube for the.
Yeah. What? So Larry and I were joking that like winning our race didn't have much tournament rewards because if whoever continued in the losers bracket would either get to be punished by everyone else or get a vote in the for next month's game. So in a way, like I bought that reward with a lot of emotional distress.
Yeah,
I was shouting some profanities on my.
I could see. I mean, I couldn't hear what you were saying, but
Uh-huh.
I could see what you were saying.
So mad. Yeah, I could have used some sweetgrass hydrosol. I think I could have used some serenity.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happened. But I mean, I guess I'm just really disappointed because I was feeling so good about things.
Well, you were doing.
But,
You shouldn't let it get you too down. I mean, you still have a chance. That you got a pretty big carrot in front of you. That choice for the next game for next month's tournament.
yeah, that would be and for the for this past weekend, I've been playing a bunch of Nintendo games, games that I think would be good ideas, like just getting some, trying to just test them out briefly to see what would be a good idea. So it's been on my mind.
Yeah.
Not that I was playing, like I played as hard as I could. Like I really, for all the joking about sandbagging, like I really did try to win.
Oh,
And
I
I'm
believe you.
kind of annoyed at Larry. He's like, "Oh man, I'm terrible at this game. Like I never play it. I've been getting so much worse." And he got a 20, which is which the average finish time in this tournament is much lower now. like that might have been okay in the first round, but the times have come down a whole lot. But for someone who was saying that they weren't practiced, like I was really surprised he got a 20. So good job, Larry.
So chat wants to know if you want to do that ultimate loser match tonight, or if you want to do that some other night this week.
I'm
People are
I'm a
dying
little
to
I'm a
know.
little I'm a little worked up. I'm actually I'm feeling kind of frustrated from the meltdown there, and I don't know if I'd be able to play a good race.
That's fine. That's fine.
I was totally into it, and if things hadn't, if 6-3 hadn't happened, I would have been totally down. But I think at this point I'm a little frazzled.
That's all right. Well, we'll get it scheduled sometime in the next day or two.
I'm an emotional player, Dick Shake.
I believe you. I believe you 100%.
I'm a passionate man.
Uh,
But this is really exciting. So the ultimate winner is that's being decided tonight.
that's what's going on. That's the match that we're waiting to get started here, Coach. I'm not sure
Oh
what
my
happened,
God, that's
but
really exciting.
his stream went down. But Coach Crab and Link Sevens are in the finals. And do you have any insight or any predictions for this upcoming race?
I don't have insight, but I'm thinking that like Coach, because like I've known I first found out about Link Sevens in the All Keys tournament, the first of them of the Zelda 2 All Keys tournament. He was in that, so I saw him play there. So I've been aware of him as a runner for a while, and kind of know his qualifications. Whereas Coach, I'd never seen him play until this tournament. So him doing so well, like he could have been playing games, very well for a long time, but I just wasn't aware of it. So for me, he's kind of the surprise and the hot new star. So I think that's kind of who I'm rooting for and expecting really great things from, just because I think that's just caught my attention.
Yeah, I think Coach has got a lot of people's attention. He spent a lot of time practicing this game, and has really just come out swinging basically. And I don't think he's lost a match yet to anybody. So
No, I mean you don't want to get in this guy's way. Like he's just on a tear.
you can't rule out Link Sevens though, because he is also, I believe, undefeated. So we've got the two undefeated runners going head to head for the championship. It doesn't really get any better than that.
Yeah, well, I think it's a little unfair. It's just like I expected really great things from Link Sevens, and I guess it was just my underestimating Coach is what has made it so exciting to see him do well. Which I know that like that doesn't mean anything in the world of like them actually performing well as racers, but from my perspective, that's what's been. That's the exciting story of this. And yeah, BGT is saying that tomorrow after 7 p.m. Yeah, if it's at 7, I could do tomorrow, just because I have bowling later. But it shouldn't go. I mean, hopefully it won't go much longer than 34 minutes 43 seconds. I'd hate to put up a new PW on this in this tournament.
I think to win that match between
That's a
you
good
and
term.
BGT,
Do people use that, PW?
A personal worst, dude. I hope. I think
I love that.
I'm going to start advocating for that. Like, I think that everyone's much too positive about talking about their accomplishments. Like how badly have you done recently and ever? So that's what I'm going to start. I mean, I would start keeping a timer. I'm gonna, I would start keeping a timer just so I could know how bad I'm doing.
So
Follow that up, Buzz.
No, I
Follow up that saltiness.
I like it.
I don't know if I've ever seen this side of Joshy D before. Actually, this is new to me.
No, you gotta wear me down. That's what this game does. It beats me up so bad, Like it does so much mental damage that I don't even know how to behave anymore. Ugh. Roller games, guys. Everyone should go out and play this game.
Yeah, you've been doing a great
I agree
job
completely.
convincing people to play this game, Joshy D.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I saw Likes the Bacon was streaming it earlier, so we got at least one other person to play it
Oh wow.
oh, thank God.
throughout the course of this tournament.
Yeah. Well, I see other people enjoying it, and I kind of like it's got some unique and interesting things about it. It's a cool theme. It's just, I think that this game and I just have some sort of, polarity issue. Like we just react badly to each other. But I can understand everyone else having a good time with it.
That's fair.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's you're not used to speedrun. You're always playing casual, which makes sense. So you're not used to the situation that you've been thrown into here, where you're trying to win and you're trying to do it quickly. And on top of that, this is not a forgiving game by any means. So I think you're just kind of experiencing what serious speedrunners go through when you're not used to that type of mentality.
Yeah, I don't have a callus over my heart for playing video games like this. Like I think that's what it is. That there's a sort of mental toughness that people who use timers tend to build up, and I think that's what's the real culture shock for me is starting to care about the game, and then having my hopes dashed. It's like I get to get turned down by a girl every day. That.
Yeah,
that's my new statement about this game.
You don't have a tolerance built up. See, once you start playing a game and you reset about 1,000 times, and you'll be like, oh yeah, no big deal. Let's just keep going.
Yeah. No. I cave much more quickly than that. So yeah, I think Buzz really got it. Really nailed it. Is that like this just happens to be like my first really bad relationship,
Looks like Coach is having some
mindset.
technical problems here. His stream has been.
Oh, he's going to get a world record while not broadcasting? I've heard that's a thing.
Wow.
Oh, whoop.
Buzz is right here.
That wasn't a world record.
He's right here.
If people don't know that's a meme in the race that I think it was against me. Buzz did really well and got a good time, but he for technical reasons was not broadcasting for the very end of it. And we all know that he's an honorable guy, and he wouldn't have just typed .done at a favorable time.
I appreciate you saying that after you just said the entire opposite before that. That was my first sub 16 too.
Ooh.
That one has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, it's got a special asterisk next to it.
Well, I didn't submit it. I have a 1527 that I actually submitted, so that one has proof.
That's really great. People have done so well. Like seeing like the quality of play from people, practicing this game, and then the first round, and then the times that people have been putting up. It's really impressive, and I think that an awesome thing to see, because I do actually like everyone in the tournament. So seeing the successes has been very rewarding.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's a big part of the tournament, as far as just like the whole atmosphere, and like how we're not, some people obviously take it more seriously than others, but it's like we're not. This isn't life or death or anything. Like some people can get way out of hand with their views on video games and how things should be done and all of that, But this, I mean, just the title of the tournament says it all, so you know what you're getting yourself into.
All right.
I see Coach now.
Yeah, Coach is back, so he's been chatting a little bit in the race channel. Looks like he'll be readying up here fairly soon.
Oh, cool.
All right, and this is it. This is for all the marbles.
Yep.
This is for the opportunity to choose what game whoever the winner of the losing bracket has to play.
It's a safe bet. I've got a perfect record so far. And that's what would have bummed me out so much, is that if I lost all of these matches up until now and then somehow got denied like any tangible reward, I mean, what the heck did I lose all these races for?
That's true. Yeah, if you beat Larry, yeah, that would have been disappointing.
It really would have been.
Are you looking forward to the rematch against BGT though? I mean,
I really am. Bent Glass Tube and I have become closer friends through this tournament. We live regionally close to each other, so that's been really cool. So I'm definitely looking forward to having a good race with him. And we're pretty evenly matched. Like I think on a good day, either one of us could put up a 33-minute run. So that should be nice.
I thought you were going to put up a 20 in the one you were just doing there.
Oh yeah, what happened? I don't remember. It felt like a 20.
I think 6.2 and 6.3 happened.
It got ripped out of my hands.
Yeah. You did well on the rafts though. You only fell once on the rafts, so.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I was feeling like pretty doggone good about this. That's the disappointment. That's the speedrunner's heart there.
Yeah.
Cold black disappointment. Cool. So this race is going to come up. Should I leave you guys to it?
Well, you can stick around. In fact, I was probably going to duck out of the way since you and Buzz are here, or if anybody else wanted to come.
I'm happy to stay on. I just
No, you can stay on. I need to drive the stream, so I'll probably not be super chatty after the race gets going.
Okay.
I say go ahead and stay on. I mean, I don't know how qualified you are to call a roller games race, but
oh Jesus! Wow! Fucking shade.
Sorry, that's just my style. I honestly though, I want to like play in this race. I really wish I was in this race. I'm jealous of these runners. I kind of want to just like play along in the background, but I don't know if I could do that and commentate at the same time.
Well, no. Hey, let's be bitter together. This is fantastic. Let's just we're a match made in heaven right now.
I need to smoke some lemongrass spray or whatever you said earlier.
Don't act like you know. Get out of here, Buzz. Fraud. Okay, so yeah, I've got these guys up on my multi Twitch.
I've just given them the go ahead, so I think we're about to get started.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, this is going to be the hell of a race. I don't really know exactly what Link's best time is, but he's kind of bounced around. Like, surprising when he took me out in the first race, and then we were doing some casual races later where he was putting up a little bit bigger times. But then in his other ones, he's back down to like right around 17 or quicker. So a little bit of a wild card as far as I don't know exactly what he's done. And like you were saying earlier with Coach Crab, he's just came out of nowhere and is consistent as can be. And I believe our runners are starting here and we're off.
Oh, it's fantastic. So yeah, this is grand finals in the winners bracket for the seasonal hardcore invitational tournament featuring Coach Crab and Link Sevens. Both picking Hot Flash, which is really no surprise. I'm sure people who've been watching the stream up until now know that this woman from Hot Flash is the fastest of all of the racers and has the least powerful combat output, which doesn't usually come into play, although we do know that the guy from the T-Birds can kind of palm strike someone down in one hit. I don't think that this woman has any potential to do that. But if you're doing your job well and the RNG is cooperating, these guys should not be ducking jump kicks, and you won't really be using your fists very much at all. You can see we are getting some ducks here. Those are completely random as far as we know, and each one of them costs you a whole bunch of time. Yeah, we're getting some head shakes from the players as the ducks are happening. It's really not your fault at all.
It doesn't seem like a lot when you're doing it and playing the game, but over the course of an entire run, that really does add up and can easily change your finishing time by about plus or minus 30 seconds. So the fighting is a huge part of this game. When it comes to speed.
Yeah, and that's what can be so disappointing, and also just kind of mentally shaking. Like as you feel like you're performing well, and then if the enemies are just not cooperating, you're basically having the game just tell you no, and it's hard to have something that's that crucial to a good time out of your control. So yeah, they
Yeah.
both made it successfully over this platforming section, which really isn't too difficult once you played the game a couple times. Looks like Coach got hit with one of those hurricane kicks, which is something that can happen when you're in the middle of combat with someone else. You are still vulnerable to attacks from other enemies, so it's very dangerous to have two enemies on the screen at once. In particular, it's damaging if you get into a grapple move. We're not quite sure what initiates the grapple, but your character has a chance to grapple with an opponent, and you're just stuck in that grapple for a period of time. And that whole time, you can be assaulted from the back, and that's really not a good place to be in another case of the RNG just sort of ripping a good run out of your hands.
Yeah, I really have no idea how you can control that. Yeah, after I don't know how many times I've beaten this game now, probably about 40 or so. But both of our runners coming out seems to me about neck and neck coming out of level 1 and into level 2, or stage 2, however you want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
The first auto scroller, which is pretty straightforward. You got to avoid it. The main problem that I have on the auto scroller is this section that I see our players coming into right here, where you have these ramp jumps. If you don't hit that correctly, you can come up short and fall in. But other than that, this is pretty straightforward of a race. Auto scrollers are simple in this game.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of threat here. You can end up taking a bunch of damage from these fire bars, which means that if you just happen to get hit by a bunch of stuff at the end of the level, there's going to be a helicopter showing up and dropping bombs. Like, you could maybe die from damage, but no one really should be dying from damage. I mean, I ended up dying to the truck for some reason, which was insane in my run. But really, this helicopter is a lot more simple. I find that the only time I die here in this stage is right before entering this section with the helicopter. There's a ramp and a jump, and there's barrels coming. And if you accidentally get hit by the barrel, you won't be available to jump. And that could lead you to fall into a pit. But other than that, it looks like both of our players are positioning themselves so that the helicopter drops 4 bombs on every pass. This helicopter has a set number of explosives that it needs to drop, and once it's done dropping them, it will trigger the end of the fight. So if you're in a position where it's only dropping 2 or 3 bombs at a time, it will just increase the cycles that the helicopter has to go through and cost you time.
Are you seeing them finish level 2 now?
Yeah.
It seems like you're a little bit behind me. I just didn't want to say things before everybody else can see them.
Oh, sure. Let me refresh just to see what's going on.
My personal favorite is what we're going through right now here, stage 3-1. I don't know what it is. If you can just get through this one, it's really simple. There's not a lot to it. You don't really have a chance to die unless you fall into one of those potholes. But I just like getting through it smoothly. The only little hiccup here would be your fight scene that we have both of our players getting through very quickly, and that's one of the moments where I can mark whether I'm having a good run or a bad run. Should be at 5 minutes 10 seconds getting through that fight and coming into this waterfall stage, or the sewers, or whatever. I say waterfalls because I see the sewage stuff spitting out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a proper waterfall as nature would describe it, but there is water falling out of the walls.
Yeah, exactly. Technically, water is falling. Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm getting some buffering on links, but I can see Coach. He's in the section right now where he's punching he's actually using the grapple technique to toss the enemies over her head and into the water, which is a really cool and fast and unreliable way to do this fight, since we don't really know what makes the grapples happen.
Yes, I would say unreliable. He mentioned that earlier when he was talking about watching Larry. He said Larry did that, and he took a cue from that and started to do it that way. But again, from what you said, I disagree with that strategy, because if you don't hit him that way, then you just there's nothing you can do about it. If you set up the other way, there's some sort of consistency to it. And quickly into the boss fight here.
Yeah, so the trick here is that you really just need to get 2 special attacks on that first enemy just to get the heck out of that fight, because the whole time that you're fighting the gray enemy, this purple dude could be stabbing you from down below, and that can just take a whole bunch of life. and then you have two enemies on the screen, and it's really easy to get comboed to death. They've both been fairly successful at. I guess Lynx is having a little bit more trouble dealing with the purple guy with the spear. Larry would know the name of that character.
That's Guru Drew.
Guru Drew. So if you can keep him stun locked, then you're all good. But if he can be allowed to run around with that spear, he'll do tons of damage, and can frequently just combo you to death. So it's a fight that isn't that difficult, but if it gets out of hand, it turns just extremely volatile. And
both of the runners got through it pretty easily here. We're still right around neck and neck. I can't really say, if I had to say, I think Link is ahead by about 3 seconds, 2 or 3 seconds. From what I see, it's 1 second or less. So as close as can be, but neither of them had a perfect boss fight there. But I mean, this is what you hope for in a championship race. Again, we're still at the earlier, easier levels, but we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, there's some major potential for time loss on the Cliffs of Insanity, if anyone has trouble there, and then the rafts are a really volatile part of the game. And then once you get into 6-2, I think it is, where you start having spikes everywhere, those are just places where it's really easy to take instant deaths, which I think is what it's really going to take for someone to give up a bunch of time, is to have one of those instant deaths happen. Otherwise, it's just going to be small mistakes adding up on either one side. But really, like, since there hasn't been anything major, it's hard to tell like who really is in the lead, because it's all down to just very minor errors. And in these auto scrollers, especially this one, since there's no pattern to set up with the helicopter, as long as you get out without dying, I don't think there's any way to go faster or slower in this.
Yeah, there isn't. Yeah, from what I'm seeing, Link is ahead by exactly 1 second. And with that truck, it was funny because both of the runners went in there with full health, and you can basically just stand there and tank it and not have to do anything. But due to the gravity of this race, both of them were jumping over every single barrel so as not to risk taking any damage at all. And coming into 5, this is where there's some deviation with runners on who they will choose based on consistency or speed or what they're comfortable with. And neither of these guys mess around. They go with fast strategies, and they both stick with Hot Flash.
Yeah, so Hot Flash has the most potential in this fight, or in this stage. Like she is the fastest way to go, but the highest risk, because the cliff jumps that we're coming up to are just so much more risky with her. She has a lot of acceleration, and she's really slidey after a jump. So you can't go slow at all on those to take the cliff safe. Like, you have to just have the timing down, and it's very risky. But they're playing for keeps, because they know that neither player is going to give up anything here. So if you were to switch to either other teammate, you're just handing your opponent 20 seconds.
Yeah, I think that's what we determined, that it is something around 20 seconds, give or take.
Yeah, I mean, it's significant time. Like, the other characters are just much slower. Okay, so it looks like Coach took a death. He had slowed down.
That was a Link.
That's Link. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, a Coach, his title is right above Link's head in my multi-Twitch. Okay. So
yeah, mine too. I understand why you made that mistake.
I thought I knew what Link looked like. Okay, so yeah, he's gonna have to redo that stage. So it's gonna take a big mistake from Coach here. Oh, he is making the face of like, oh my god, I almost missed that raft. Yeah, it's too bad that the viewers at home can't see the facial expressions, because that was a winner right there.
But yeah, that deaths on the cliffs, that's one of the tough ones, very costly there. We did calculate it at one point. I think it's right around a minute as far as the time that it loses you. And Coach getting through the rafts flawlessly. He's having a superb run right now.
Something major is going to have to go wrong.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see if he can get through 6 okay, but right now he's looking at a 1540 or something like that, which is one of the better times that you can get in this game.
Yeah, I'm wondering if in 6, like, there's even that much time to give up. It might take 2 mistakes, just because this stage is so long. if you have to redo the cliffs or if you have to redo the rafts. But
Yeah, really, 6-2 would be the most costly on the fire conveyor belts.
mhm.
That's where the time would really be given back to Link here. But let's just hope that Link can get through these raft section and then keep them as close as we can be.
Yeah, I don't think this is quite as risky of a section. Like really, those cliffs with hot flash is the risky part, and this is just, it's really deceptive. Like I know that like we're video gamers and we've done a whole lot of platforming in our lives, but you have to believe me that these rafts are no joke. Uh, you have to get you have to jump with as little momentum as you can because Hot Flash will want to roll off the rafts, but you have to have some momentum or you won't get off your platform that you're leaving at all. So it's very, very difficult to get it right. And luckily he got through that. And so at this point, I don't really see a way for Lynx to die in this boss fight. So he should be getting through this stage. But this whole time, Coach is just hauling balls through the beginning of 6.
Yeah, he's not taking any damage either. Again, this is I would say it's gonna come down to the fire conveyor belts, but yeah, from what we're looking at, this might be a PB from Coach Crab here.
He's blowing very heavy breaths out. Like he's obviously he's got his tension up. He is fighting with everything he's got. He knows that he's on a really good pace, and just from his mannerisms right now, he's taking it very, very seriously. And
yeah, that's the other thing when it comes to speedrunning. You can practice it 100 times in save states, but when you know that you're there and you have that run going, I mean, your blood pressure goes up, your heart rate is through the roof. It's something else you just have to battle. It's all part
he's
of
even
it.
talking to himself. He's really trying. Oh no! Oh, okay, but that's fine. I mean,
there we go. That was what Link needed right there.
Absolutely.
To gain a little bit of ground, but there goes Coach's sub buzz time. I don't know if I feel comfortable saying that, but
yeah, I feel bad for Coach right now because he was on what was probably going to be like a really great PB, a really great run.
He's tournament best probably.
Yeah, he's still in the lead, but he did lose that. And for the sake of us as commentators presenting a hype race, that actually was a pretty. A pretty good move for us.
Yeah, it's like Nashville tying it up and then blowing it in the end. But I don't know if anybody watches hockey.
No, I mean you don't want to see that happen, but it is what is going to give Link any hope. And really, I mean, you can see like how much time the cliffs cost him because like this stage just isn't quite as long. I don't think so. Like like a death at the end of the stage didn't quite give him as much as he needed to catch up.
Yeah, I'd say where Coach died probably lost about 30 to 40 seconds, and then dying at the cliff was about a minute. So I'm going to expect, if both our runners get through this on the current pace that they're at right now, Coach should probably finish ahead by about 20 to 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean...
But the boss is difficult too.
Yeah, the boss would have to be super trolly. Now, it is out of your control when you can hit... the boss, like he has to do, as far as I know, he has to do that that somersault jump, which leaves him vulnerable to a drop kick or a special move at the end. And if he doesn't give you one, well, you just have to wait. So the boss could be trolly. I don't think it can be 20 seconds trolly, but that is something that is out of the player's control.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it happen where he'll just do that little jump straight up and down a bunch of times, and you're just like, come on, man, give me the jump, and he just won't do it.
Yeah, so the boss does have to behave. Oh wow, Coach is just going in.
Yeah, he's really good at that, getting that triple hit on the boss. That's the key to speedrunning this game, because that can shave off about a minute if you learn how to do this boss properly. And he just hosed the boss right there.
Holy crap, that was amazing. Yeah, that was a really good boss fight. That was a really good run. One unfortunate mistake kept it from being, a time that we'll be talking about forever. But this was a really good race. Link, I don't think is going to have any trouble with this boss. He knows advanced strats too. Looks like he's getting double hits, not necessarily triple hits.
Yeah, very tricky to get those every time. But Coach got 2 out of the 3, and
Well, it just goes to show the amount of practice that Coach has been putting in to be able to just, like, put down a boss fight like that. It takes advanced strats. Welcome, Coach.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Mr.
Hey.
Crab, congratulations! You are the champion.
Thank you very much. 1654. I see the link just finished. Yeah. Well, that's great. I won and all, but I wasn't happy about that death in 6-2. That really, really upset me. I don't even know really what happened, what I did wrong.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we were anticipating a tournament best, or
It
at
was
least you to.
close.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. But I don't know. Sometimes you get tripped up on those fire rods. They just. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not sure. Other than that, though, I mean, that was one of the better boss fights I've ever seen. I'd probably say. Was there any other big moments in that race you thought, you gave something or took something from the game?
My 6-2 fights right before I died was really good. My 6-1 was really good as well. I screwed up on 3-2 boss, Guru Drew. I didn't get the quick kill on him, but the Angry Larry strats worked really well in 3-2 as well, throwing the guys into the water. But
Yeah, we were really excited to see that. That was cool.
it was cool. It was good.
Hey,
There was one
GT,
moment.
Coach Crab.
Hey, Link, good game, man. Good race.
That was a good race.
Where did you have some problems, Link? I wasn't watching your stream.
I missed the cliffs on the first try.
Was that it?
That was basically my only major mistake of the run, is I missed the cliffs on the first try.
I see. I died in 6-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you guys just said right there, that is the main differential in the race as far as the time loss in the cliffs as opposed to the time loss on the fire conveyor belts.
Yeah, it's still a pretty big loss in 6-2, but the cliffs, I mean, that's it. You died there.
A full minute, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured when I died at the cliffs, I figured that was pretty much over because, Coach, you've been so consistent, I feel like, this tournament. Even though you've had close races, I feel like consistency has been the name of the game.
Consistency has been the name of the game for these races, definitely. But it was a really fun tournament. I'm really looking forward to the next race. Are we doing it tonight, or is it going to be a different day?
It sounded like tomorrow. I don't know where it ended up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna do it at 7 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. I was just a little too tilted from my race to be able to do another one tonight, but that should be a lot of fun.
7 p.m. Pacific. That's 10 p.m. my time. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, actually, you think we could do? You think you could do 10:30? Actually, I've got something going on until about 10 p.m. tomorrow.
Yeah. That should be just. It was any time after 7 p.m. for Bent Class 2, and I just have to be done by 9 p.m. our time to go home. So yeah, that's great.
Because I know they want me to do commentary for that race.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you really should.
Yeah, I definitely want to, and I definitely want to see it. So yeah, I've got a party I have to go to until 10. So. But after that, I'll get home at about 10:30. Should be good.
It's your roller games tournament win party.
That's exactly what it is. Yes, I am
already had it
with
planned,
about
Link.
200 other people. I had this planned ever since we started the tournament, guys.
Well, that's awesome, Coach. And as your reward, you get two things. You can choose one of the potential games for a future SHI tournament, but as the ultimate prize, you do get to choose a game for the humiliation stream of the ultimate loser. Do you have anything planned, or is that something you're just gonna, Are you saving that for a big surprise, or what do you got?
I have a couple of games in mind that I will. I have a couple of games in mind for both runners actually. So
Well,
it depends on who the what are they called? The victor or the loser?
It's the ultimate
Loser, I
loser.
guess.
yeah,
The ultimate
the
loser.
ultimate
Uh-huh.
loser, I believe, would be the title.
So I have a couple of ideas for each of them.
Yeah, that's. I mean, as far as somebody who streams a weekly Terrible Tuesday thing, I think you would be an authority on the subject. I also know that personally from our side wager on our race, where RPM racing was not a fun game to play for an hour. I can tell you that much.
Radical Psycho Machine Racing is the game that he is referencing, and yes, that is probably the worst game that Super Nintendo ever released.
Yeah, it'd be hard to beat that. I challenge anybody to try and play that game, but I played it for an hour and it was
Oh, it's
horrible.
awful. Yeah, it's god awful. Especially considering, you win a race. Yeah, you win a race. Here's $2.
Yeah,
As opposed to like Super Off Road, a good game. You win a race and you win $10,000. But no, in the Radical Psycho Machine Racing, you win a race. Here's $2.
So you have to do like
Yeah.
50 races to buy tires?
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah.
That sucks.
Well, I was able to upgrade tires, yeah, but like in playing for an hour, that's all I did.
Ugh.
And making it over the hill can be something that's difficult in that game as well.
Well, also we have Link Sevens here as the runner-up in our tournament. You get a choice to pick something for the next tournament. Do you have anything in mind? Any games that stand out as maybe a potential tournament pick?
I did. I was thinking about it, and are we announcing our picks now? Might as well.
Well, this isn't official. We're just kind of spitballing here. I mean,
Okay. Well, I mean, it's gonna end tomorrow. It looks like anyway, so it probably doesn't matter. I'm looking at NES Monster in My Pocket.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
so-
I was looking at that too.
I haven't played that game before.
that's actually I did a couple streams. That's on my list with a question mark next to it. So that's apparently I found that to be a potential game for this.
I was thinking about either Jackie Chan or Wacky Races.
Oh, I played Wacky Races recently, and yeah, I think that would work well too.
And also maybe a Panic Restaurant would be a good one.
So how does this work, Buzz? Is it that the people who have voting rights nominate, and then it's a vote between those, or is it like how exactly does it work when you get to pick a game?
Well,
From
everybody
from
will
what
get
I
a vote.
remember. Yeah. That everybody who is in the tournament, or is it everybody who's going to be in the next tournament? Because I don't know if entrants are going to change. I'm sure they will. There's
Am
a
I
lot
going
of
to get
things
kicked
that
out
are
if
up
I
in the air.
lose?
I mean, I think if you're in the tournament, then you should have first dibs to continue on to the next one.
I think so too. That sounds good.
So unless anybody voluntarily
want to-
leaves, then
Do we want to expand it all? Maybe get 10?
well, I think if we want to expand, it would be a second bracket because the whole part of this is we want to keep them short, and more
Yeah.
people it makes that difficult. So I could see running 2 brackets, perhaps. But
That's fine with me. Whatever you guys want to do, I'm cool with.
yeah,
I will probably not have as much time to practice in the next game, but I went all
That's
in.
good
on this.
news.
Yeah, I went all in. I went all in on this one. I really did.
Yeah, it paid off for sure.
Yeah, every time I was streaming, it was always roller games the past few weeks.
Yeah, I don't think someone gets a boss fight like you had without just putting in a lot of practice. Like there were some very sophisticated techniques that you were using throughout that race, just to show like that this is someone who's played this a lot and has really refined the strats.
Yeah, well, I've been watching the speed run to try to decrease my time on the fights, because I had like everything else set. And there's even a couple of things that I didn't do that the speedrunner does that were just wasn't quite consistent enough. Like some of the jumps in 5.2, or one of the jumps in 6.2 as well, where he like skips a conveyor belt. I couldn't try to do that because it just wasn't consistent enough.
Yeah, those time saves aren't even worth it because both of those together are probably only about 2 seconds. Really, it comes down to
Exactly.
the fights.
Yeah,
Yep.
the fights is one thing I think I struggled with, and really a reason I wouldn't continue to run this game necessarily.
Yeah, that's just like that ton of RNG there. Exactly.
Yep.
I know
It really
exactly what you
is.
mean. It's like yeah, I mean, I started speedrunning Mario 3, and then like the hands in World 8. It's the same kind of thing. Like it just
Yeah.
screws
Oh,
your
gosh.
entire run. It's just a horrible category to run.
And it's at the very end too. So
Mhm.
that's what's the frustrating part about it, is if you do so well at the beginning, and then the
Yeah.
end is what gets
The
screwed up. because of
speedrun
RNG.
stats for that game are extremely hard.
Yeah,
Mario
yeah, not
3.
easy. All right, well, I believe that wraps it up, ladies and gentlemen. That is the SHI tournament, the champions you have there. We do have the Ultimate Loser matchup, which is going to be held tomorrow at some time, 10 p.m. Eastern time, I
Somewhere
believe.
Well, we decided that it was going to be 7:30 Pacific to be able to give Coach time to be in the commentary for that. So it does look like Bent Glass Tube will be available, so that's when we will do that.
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
Perfect.
All right, thanks for the
Thanks, guys.
restream, guys. And
Yeah, thank you very
commentary.
much.
Yeah, I just
Thank you,
wanted to
Dig
give
Shake.
I wanted to
Thank
give
you,
one
Buzz.
final shout out actually to Larry for putting together the stream layout and for doing a lot of the restreams. Couldn't have put this tournament on without Larry. I don't know if he's still around, but a huge shout out to Larry for all the hard work he's put into this last few
Yeah,
weeks.
what a guy.
Larry really went balls to the wall on that restreaming. It's
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
good.
he restreamed pretty much. I'm going to say 90% of the races. So
Yep.
definitely.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out tonight, guys, and we'll see you somewhere. I probably won't be restreaming the one tomorrow, but somebody will. So we'll see you then.
All right, thank you, Dig.
All right, good night,
Peace
guys.
out.